Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again, and this is likely a YouTube shadow band astrological placement. I'm going to be talking about the moon square or opposition, the north node in a natal chart. Now, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the aspects in the natal chart. They were a little bit concise. Some people may have referred to them as snappy, so what I decided to do was make another series on them in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is if you have the moon square or opposite the north node in a natal chart, there may be difficulty meeting that need, which is the moon, to develop the positive attributes that are connected with the north node position. If the north node is in Capricorn, as an example, those positive attributes, connected with the position can just simply be about being more structured, disciplined, consistent, responsible, ambitious, business savvy, um, showing good powers of concentration, being industrious, and the thing is, if the North Node, say, is in Sagittarius, is another example of those positive attributes. It may be being connected with being expansive, optimistic, philosophical, being able to target, one kind of philosophy or belief, focusing in on that, doing something. It could be being, sports minded or athletic, things of that nature. Now, the thing too is another way these aspects may manifest on the natal chart. It could be where the future, which is the north node, may conflict with the emotional needs, which is the moon. So, I mean, you have, let's say if you have Pisces and, Gemini involved in the square aspect, you have to understand I have that. I have my moon in Gemini squaring my Pisces north node, and even though they're both mutable, adaptable signs, they are vastly different because you got the North Node in Pisces, going toward more of a future about relaxation, more meditation, just more isolation. And Gemini energy is very restless and mobile and wants to spread itself out, doing many different things, being mentally, physically mobile, and you have a very different energy with that, which can cause actually some frustration and exasperation. Now, another thing too about these aspects is that the mother and the family, which is the moon, may have either an adverse effect on your destiny, which is the north node, or they're either away from it, there's little, they want little involvement with it, or maybe they do have some negative, somehow effect on what you're trying to attain, later on in life. To set the north node, is that, is generally emphasized in that second half of one's life. So if you have, say, if the North Node is in Aquarius, as an example, that destiny where you want to be at, in the future may be tied in with humanitarian endeavors, doing something on an environmental level, doing something group related, or with some club or organization, things that benefit many humanity, rather than being about yourself or being egocentric, as some examples, or it could be doing something more specifically connected with Aquarius, whether it be something with computers, electronics, astrology, astronomy, meteorology, aviation, or innovation, as some other examples. Now, another way that these aspects may be expressed in the natal chart is that you may often not feel, which is the moon, like what needs to be emphasized in that second half of your life, which is, the North Node. Now, let's say the North Node is in Aries, as an example. What you may be trying to emphasize in that second half of your life may be connected with leadership prowess and ability. It might just simply be about being more independent, self-reliant. It could be something that requires courage or bravery in something more, it could be tied in with like an Aries field, such as doing something with welding or carpentry or something pioneering, firefighting, the military, speech pathology as some examples. Now, another thing about these aspects, um, people that you're close to home with, which is the moon, may conflict, what your mission is, your mission and purpose, which is the North Node. And it could also be, a conflict between, what's comfortable, what you feel at home with, which is the moon, versus that mission and purpose. Now, if the North Node is in Taurus, as an example, that mission and purpose, may be tied into simply having, financial stability, peace, tranquility, creature comforts, having your own little safe haven, or it could be doing something, connected, with the zodiac sign Taurus, like a field connected with Taurus, whether it be, geology or carpet laying, doing something with stocks or finance, banking, agriculture, architecture, gardening, cultivation, as some examples. Now, another thing about the moon square or opposite the North Node in a natal chart is that it may be hard to fulfill the destiny, which is the North Node, where you be incorporating with the public, which is the moon. So if you have the North Node, say, in the zodiac sign Cancer, that destiny may be tied in. It could be with something in the home. It could be it could be something which you show a lot of dedication and devotion and tenacity for. It might be something connected with the zodiac sign Cancer, where there could be home caregiving, real estate, home remodeling, renovation. It could be doing some work, in a plumbing or laundry business, as some examples. And also, too, there may be difficulty in terms of responding, which is the moon, to issues that need to be addressed and confronted, which is the North Node. Now, if you have, the North Node in Virgo, say, those issues that may need to be addressed and confronted, maybe something connected with your employment or work. As some example, it could be a very worrisome situation. It might be something that's tied in with having to organize, whether it could be your life, whether it's the house, one way or another, something with cleaning, sanitation, health and fitness, as some examples. And the thing about, this as well, if you have, if you have the moon square or opposite the North Node in the natal chart, another way it may manifest and pan out could be that unconscious side, which is the moon may not be in harmony, in what you're moving toward, which is the North Node. So it's like, if you have, let's say if you have the North Node, say in Libra, as an example, that the energy that you're moving toward, may be tied in with peace, balance, harmony, negotiation, compromise. And let's say if the moon is in Aries and it's opposite the North Node in Libra. Well, the moon in Aries, that unconscious side, could be more aggressive, assertive, outspoken, direct, more confrontational, so you can see the conflict in that, as an example. Now, also, too, there may be difficulty, being emotionally vested, which is the moon, in what you're learning and aspiring to be, which is the North Node. Now, the North Node is in Scorpio, say, what you're learning and aspiring to be, maybe tied in, with being probing, going beyond the surface, going beyond subterfuge, superficiality. It may be doing something Scorpio related, whether it be psychology, locksmithing, or the occult, which includes astrology. And also, that moon-related people may not be in agreement with your purpose and mission, which is the North Node. When I say home, I'm sorry, when I say moon-related people, it could be home family members, it could be you're close to home with, it could be those that are in a moon type field of profession, whether it be cooking or culinary, restaurant work, home remodeling, renovation, as some examples. If you have the North Node, say the North Node is in Sagittarius, and that mission and purpose, maybe tied in, with philosophy, religion, higher education, again, targeting one belief. It could be doing something with publishing, advertising, printing press operation as some examples. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.